What is up, guys? Welcome back. So, right now, my alliance is currently running map 3, and the whole reason to that is because it is a brand new alliance that was made and dedicated to just helping brand new players. So, this is kind of the training ground to help them on, and at the same time, the seasoned players can push through it and help them get some better rewards. So, as we're teaching these guys how to, you know, complete map 3, as far as nodes go, you come to the realization that, not everybody has an understanding of what you're talking about. So a visual is a little bit more helpful because you try to say, hey, I need you to take down this node, so I can advance. You got them players that are brand new going, what the hell's a node? What's it do? Where's it at? Okay, so it's just easier to have this visual. So that's going to be the point of this video, and this is basically the complete basics of map 3. So jumping right into this, if you were to look at the map right now, you see all this purple, and those are basically the nodes. So you kind of want to make them your objective to take out. The two inside lanes there, they don't have any. But if you look at the bottom right corner, you got that green button that's for equipping um, boost. But the middle button, if you were to click that, highlighted in blue right now, it obviously shows you where all the nodes are, and who they're linked to. So you can see 8 is pushing out a boost to 2 different champs, and that other ones coming in. So you got nodes everywhere that you've got to watch out for, obviously. So this is the easy way to find out where the nodes are. If you click on the purple above the champ, it'll show you what the node is, who, what it's doing, and that one's obviously a degeneration node. And that you've got, 15. Here is obviously given a. You can see, follow the arrows. It's given a boost out to the mini boss there, Groot. So, basically the way this works out is the first guy in, needs to go up the middle because it, as you see, it has the first node that's creating a roadblock here. So first guy in goes up the middle. That way the guys coming in next don't have a node in their way when they're going left or right. So since I'm in here first, obviously I'm going to go up the middle, and middle on these paths tend to be a little bit harder. So I'm just going to jump into this fight real quick and get this done in case guys jump in, and then I'll continue on from there. But with these fights, you got 3 sections on them, and as you'll see during this fight, to make it through the map with all your health, it really comes down to skill, obviously, but the parry game and evading, those are things that need to be worked on. See, parry there, so when you parry, you don't take much damage. Regeneration champs like Wolverine are just great for this. See, he's building up health now if he was to get hit, and that was all about, quick fight, with parrying, and of course he's higher rated than some of your guys's. But all right, now that that fight's over, we can continue on from there. So obviously now if I just click this button, my next fight that I'm going to go to is 11, and I have 2 nodes incoming to it right now, as you can see. So I don't want to fight that until them nodes are down because they're obviously getting pretty good boosts. And if I was to fight that, I could make some mistakes real quick. So go into it. You can always, you can see the purple with the 2 there above the champ. Click on that, you can see that there's incoming boost. That degeneration, what that means is you're just going to take damage regardless of how well you do. So we're just going to back out of that, and now we got to wait for 2 guys to come in to drop them boosts. The second guy that comes in needs to go left or to the right, and that's kind of the way the system needs to work. It's all about hitting the path that has the most resistance, so the next guy can continue on. And then after they've started their pass, the 4th and 5th guy that comes in can double up on them paths with them, just to speed up that process. Get all the nodes down first, because if you look at these 2 inside middle lanes, there's no nodes on them. Not to say that they're not important, you know, because you do need 100% exploration in order to get your map crystals. So obviously, you know, the last two people coming in can hit them middle lanes. So everybody that's coming in first just to focus on the outside. And then the second section here, you know, every path has nodes. So, you know, this is kind of one of them parts where, you know, people play that first come first serve. If you know you have class advantage, you're going to pick the path that helps you the most, you know. That so sometimes, you know, there's not really there's really not a priority here. Couple of things, you know, that you know, if everybody's active, you know, it's just going to go down quick. But you know, if you play it smart, you want to go to the middle first, you know, so them nodes are coming down, so when the next guys come in, they can go to the outside, and they are the longer paths. So you know, again, you know, on the outside, you want two people. But things to watch out for is like, if you look to this left here, number 19, if you click on that orange, you can see that that inflicts bleed, draining 100% health, which means that you're going to need a bleed champ for that fight. You know, like Vision, Ultron, Colossus, Unstoppable Colossus, Groot, and even Luke Cage. So you know you need a bleed champ for that. And that the next one to the right is poison immune, or not? So excuse me, poison. It's got poison, so it's gonna drain you regardless. So obviously you need poison immune champs, and there's plenty of poison champs in the game. You know, if you're not using that, you know, watching out for that. You know, you go in with the wrong champ, you're going to take some damage regardless of how well you do. So on the second section, those are the two things you really need to watch out for, is those nodes. So somebody needs to be bringing in the correct champs for that. And then after that, as long as you know you've got somebody to cover them two fights, everything else should just be a piece of cake. You know, get everybody in, get these nodes down, take out Groot. Third section here, um, obviously, you know, the middle is kind of the hardest. You want, you know, your best player going up the middle, and you know, even without boost, you can see the rating is a bit higher on them. And again, you can click on the orange above the champs to see, you know, what all of these champs do have, what these buffs are that are being given. So a few things on these on this section, you know, you gotta watch out for is, you know, in the middle you got, you know, extra health. But we'll go over to the left here, click on this orange. These two champs have power gain. You kind of got to fight smart here, you know, bait the L1 and the L2, you know, so they're not building up to that L3, because that's unavoidable. So baiting really comes in handy, or having a champ, you know, with power drain like Magic, Vision, or even, you know, Hawkeye. Winter Soldier is not a good one because it's too unpredictable. And then on the inside middle lane here on the left, if we were to click on the orange, you know, you'd be able to see what this one has too. So this one's just poison drain. Obviously, whoever goes down this path needs to have, you know, poison immune champs. Again, the game does have a lot more poison immune champs than they do bleed immune champs. So middle, where I said it's the hardest one, you know, the fights are longer. It's 200% health, you know, on all that. But you know, that's not really something that's like a drastic thing or dangerous to worry about. And then here, you know, regeneration 1 health. This one can sometimes be the path that gives people the most problems. You know, this Doctor Strange here, you know, he's getting power gain from, you know, because that's just his ability, and then regenerating health. So, you know, you want, hopefully you have some class advantage going on there to keep up with the, because even though it's 1%, it's actually a pretty decent amount of health that he can build up. And you do have to fight smart on that path. And then final path there, obviously, you know, you need bleed champs that, you know, were mentioned earlier. There's not a great deal of, you know, bleed champs in the game, but two really good ones that I like for AQ for Lion's Quest is Vision and Ultron, obviously, because one, regeneration is good, and Vision, you know, he's just good. He's good for both paths, the bleed and the power drain as well, as long as, you know, give him some boost. But on the outside pass, you know, if you look at all these nodes, the two that are like priority to drop is this one, you know, because you're shielded by link nodes, and then this far left one here. And basically what that does, if them don't come down, you don't really stand a chance of dropping Kane. So, sometimes, you can, if somebody forgets to take a node down, you can still take Kane down. But if these two nodes stay up, they're going to keep you from doing any damage to Kane regardless. So, you got to really prioritize the outside lanes. Two people definitely need to be on them to make sure them nodes get down. And like I said, this map, this video is the complete basics of map 3, for new players. As you continue on, you build up a group that's consistent. Everybody's active and communicate, and you're gonna adapt new ways to make this more successful and a lot easier. You get used to playing with each other, and it's just like every other map. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So, some of the things that were explained in this video will change. The first guy in may go to the left because somebody active players coming in right behind you who likes to go up the middle. But starting out, this is the best method to do it for a lot of people. So hopefully, having the visual gives you a much better understanding, because like I said, sometimes telling people, what a node is, they have no clue, and you like to think that map 3 is a common sense thing, and it is for a lot of players who've been playing for a while. But you got to remember the fact that there's new players out there who are completely clueless. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope it helped out a lot.